What's up, gamers? This is NGG here with another GG Gamers podcast, and today we are hyped and excited for the 10th anniversary of Splatoon, one of our favorite games. At least it's mine. And so we're going to talk about every game. We're going to talk about 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to get into each game and what we liked about them and our experiences with them, because two of the games we have joint experiences, but one of them we didn't even know each other for. So it'll be nice to hear different experiences of gameplay and what we thought going into each generation of gaming. And what the last part of our podcast will be what we hope is going to be included for Splatoon 4. So this is just all Splatoon. So if you're not a Splatoon fan, I'm sorry. But we're going to get into the inklings, and we're going to start off with Splatoon 1. Do you want me to kick it off, or do you want to kick off?
I'll let you rock with it.
Okay.
I'm going to follow your lead. I'll let you rock out.
So, Splatoon 1, the reason for this season. This little game right here that started on a console that was basically dead. A basically dead console was super popular within that dead console. Like for being a dead console, I think it sold like at least half as many as the consoles were. I don't have the numbers, guys. I'm just going off of what I remember hearing. I could be way off. Don't come at me. Anyway, but I remember, so I'm going to talk about my experiences with this one. One, I'm going to get off the rip that I do not enjoy the single player. Guys, I am not a single player Splatoon fan. Don't come at me. I know. Everybody comes at me in my streams. I get it. It's not for me though. I do, however, enjoy the multiplayer experience and playing with friends and playing online. Actually, before I played with friends, I was just playing online for the fun. And guys, this is one of my stress reliever games. Like, I remember when first of all, when I got this game, it wasn't mine. This copy is mine, but the first copy I ever played, it was like between me and my ex, and we were like, all right, we both wanted it, and his birthday was coming up, so I was like, damn, I'll buy it for him. And I bought it for his birthday, and he let it sit. He let it sit on the shelf. He played it one time, and he was like, I'm good. I'm like, what? So I was like, after, I don't like to touch anybody's present. So after a while, I was like, hey, if you're not going to play it, when you're not home, can I play it? He's like, yeah, go ahead. So, oh my God, that was all she wrote after that, guys. I would be up when nobody was home, playing against all these players online. And mind you, I am not very good. I'm not a shooter fan at all. Not at all. You wouldn't, like, me playing a shooter game, you would think I'm a shooter fan. I am not. I play a roller. I've been playing a roller since the jump, so I don't have to shoot anything. I can just splat with the roller and keep it rolling. And so I remember when I started back then, like, I didn't know anybody in the Splatoon community. I remember playing against all these high-ranking players when you had, I think, you could go up to star level 1 or 2. Was it star level 1 or 2? 2 star level.
No, I don't think they had stars.
It was only up to 100 then, right? 99?
Well, yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, there wasn't no, like, prestiging in a sense.
Okay, so I remember going, like, me and my little 25 going up against 99 level players, and I'm like, dang, all right, I'm still holding my own. I'm gonna keep going. And then I just wouldn't let it go. And the Wii U pad had that great ability where you could just touch and jump back if you needed to, and you could, like, I would play with the Wii pad like this so that I could see where the people were. Like, so that was a hindrance later on, but I remember playing with my hands up so I can see on the map where everybody was inking, so I know either to avoid there or I know where to go help and support. We don't have that functionality anymore. That is like the one bad side. I wish they had like the mini map, but I guess it would be too distracting. But I remember holding it up like this, playing on my on the Wii U pad, and it was super fun. And the only thing that I think was towards the end, when Splatoon 2 was getting ready to come out, we did start getting a lot of people like destroying what I think is the best part of the gaming with the multiplayer, like coming in and just like glitching the system out. So like they would ink like half the stage with one ink, and I'm like, come on, how is this fun? So what, you won? You won doing what? One splat? I hate that. I'm like, yo, go take that somewhere else. You're not. How are you having fun winning against somebody you know you're gonna win against? That was like one of my biggest pet peeves towards the end of Splatoon 1. So let's hear about your experiences with Splatoon 1. You're like, how'd you get into it? What'd you think of it right away? I want to get into all of that with Splatoon 1.
You didn't play it since day one, right?
No, I had.
You didn't.
I had to wait.
Because you were playing like what a year later, you think, or what 2 years later?
I think maybe at least 6 months later because I didn't want to touch the person's copy.
At least 6 months. So you played it when the first year of it coming out, right?
I think so.
Okay, so I was playing it from day one, but I think if I remember correctly, I didn't get a Wii U until way later. But I think Splatoon was the reason that I got the Wii U, if I remember. Well, and then Mario Kart was already out, and I was already wanting to play Mario Kart, so I was like, well, Mario Kart's out, and then Splatoon, so that's 2 games I can play on the Wii U, and and so I was like, all right, let me go get the Wii U, and so that's when I got it, and you have to remember. Do you remember watching the Nintendo Direct when the Splatoon was first announced? Do you remember watching that?
I wasn't into like the.
You weren't into Directs then?
Mm-mm.
That's when Directs were like Nintendo was definitely the only one doing it, but they were still like newly hyped. Like they were like, dang, Nintendo Directs, what are these? I think they only had done like 2 or 3 by that time. So, but Splatoon was one of the ones, and then I remember watching the Direct, and that was during the time that they still had that the big summer video game thing where everybody comes. I forget the name of it now, but the big thing in the summer when they displayed all the video games at like the con thing. And no, it's not. Now it's called like Summerfest. But remember the big thing that got canceled? I think during 2019.
Remember, I wasn't into any of that stuff back then. So
somebody's gonna remember it, but it was during that, and yeah, so I was like, man, this Splatoon, I'm rocking with it. So I was whenever they saw it, and then I was like, okay, bet it's a shooter too. They 4v4, and it's not just about aiming the gun, and like it's about inking like that. Turf battles was like the mode. I was like, cool, a game that's like not about actually killing, but actually turfing. Like the objectives are different, so you got to keep in mind. I'm coming from Call of Duty. I'm Call of Duty all day, like 3 years straight Call of Duty. And then I jumped to Battlefield for 2 years. And this was during the time that Battlefield 1 had just came out. So I'm used to like big matches of like 64 people in a matches lasting a few hours. So I'm coming from that to like a 4v4, like a 3-minute match. So when it came out, I picked it up and instantly like, oh yeah, this is it. Like I wouldn't even try to kill people. I would go out of my way not to kill people and just ink the turf, because to me that was what was the game was about. I wasn't into like tower control and all that. I got into that later. So yeah, the game came out. I got the Wii U with it. It was playing that alongside Mario Kart. And another thing, when you came and started playing it, there were a lot of changes made. Since I remember playing it day one, and level 20 was the highest that you can go. It wasn't no 99.
Wow.
And all that, but Nintendo quickly changed that, because like in 2 days you could get to level 20. I don't think they realized people were going to be playing the game that much. Mm-hmm. But I remember I think it took me a week, and I was still kind of playing modest. I wasn't playing heavy, but there were like people getting to 20 in like a day or two, so they realized they set the level cap too low. So slowly but surely they were like, I think it went to 20, then 50, then like, because they didn't know really, I guess it's a new game, they didn't know where to put it.
Right.
And they didn't realize how like deeply people would be playing it, but you can get to level 20 like that, and that was the cap. So like I saw that along with like the different changes they made to all the modes and stuff. But yeah, I liked it off the jump. And then I remember thinking, because Mario Kart was like always my number 1 favorite game, but I was like, dang, this is gonna give it some comp, like it's gonna be going back and forth with Mario Kart. And the only reason I don't really, even probably to this day, give Splatoon the nod over Mario Kart, just because Mario Kart has the history, it's been around. So, but now Splatoon like it's sticking around, right? So we're on 3. So, but the first one, I was like, man, this one, I could see it like a new IP. Like people kind of thirsty for a new IP at that time. Mm-hmm. So Splatoon was it, like this inkling, and then like a lot of memes come from it, like I'm a kid now, I'm a squid now, like all that stuff, right? So I was around for like the initial hype, and then I played it, but then I like kind of died off of it because I died off the Wii U in general. So just won a bunch of games, so I went back to playing like my, I think I had an Xbox at that time. and went back to playing Battlefield 1. So I missed the part how you're saying, like, the half the field would go blue. Because I was already done playing it by then. Like, my friends were like, hey, man, what that? When they announced Splatoon 2 for the Switch, all my friends were like, man, what's Splatoon? Like, well, I got the first one, so come try it. So everybody would come over to my house and play Splatoon. But that was the only time I was really playing it, when I was showing it off and letting people know, yeah, it's a good game. I just don't play it anymore. And I think one of the things that, like, I stopped playing it because, like, when I would do, like, tower control and all that, because I really wasn't playing, like, comp. I was just playing, like, super casually. So it got rough at the end. It's like, man, it just wasn't worth my time. I'd rather play Battlefield. So, But yes, Splatoon 1 was, that was my experience with it.
Right. So that being the end, right, of Splatoon 1. And then Splatoon 2 came out kind of close. It didn't take as long for Splatoon 2 to come out in between the launch cycles. I think this was maybe the year one launch title. It wasn't a launch title, but it was a launch game.
It came out in July. Okay, that junk came out in July.
Yeah, so it wasn't a launch title, but it didn't take that long to come out. And I remember when this one came out, people were like, oh, that's just Splatoon 1.5. It's just DLC to put on the Switch, give us something to buy, something to use. And I'm like, no, the game is good. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I have some of my, and I know you hate them, some of my favorite boards are still stuck on this game. Like, they moved some of them over, but they also didn't move some of them over. And
I thought you only had one favorite board. I didn't know you had more than one favorite board.
I have one favorite board. Well, I have, one of them was moved over. So I had a few. I had the Moray Towers, which is peak. I know everybody hates it, but Moray Towers is one. And then I don't remember the name of the board, but I remember, like, you started in the back and you can go left, and there was a sliding thing to move to the back, and you can go right, and then there was one to move to the right, or you can go straight into the middle. And so either you go through the back on this side, you go on top, or you go straight in the middle. And then the middle arena had these, like, fans that push up for you to get into the other people's side. That was one of my favorite. I think it was VR something. It had a gaming kind of name. Now, okay, for a big fan I am, guys, I don't know any of the names besides my favorite board and my least favorite board. I can tell you what my least favorite board was, freaking Piranha Pit. And I know people like that crap. I don't know why.
I forgot that you didn't like that board. Piranha Pit was probably the best board in the game.
Piranha Pit, I hated it.
Best board in the game.
No.
The jump would change for every single mode. You wouldn't even know you was on Piranha Pit from Clan Blitz to Tower Control. You're like, this the same board? But it changed so drastically.
Well, so the thing is, though, even though I play Splatoon a lot, I am not in the competitive parts. I say that as that we are on a competitive team. I'm not in the competitive parts of the game, so I stick mainly on turf because turf is just my favorite. I just love playing turf. I know it's nice to play tower control, and Clan Blitz was terrible for me in 2. It got better in 3, but for 2, oh my god, I could not aim that stinking ball to the damn field. And I feel like Clan Blitz was it wasn't initially in the game. No, it wasn't initially in the game, so it was added. And so, like, I think it was added at the midway point. They also released DLC for the game, which obviously if I don't play the main game, and I'm gonna tell you right now, every time that the new game comes out is when I play the main game. So right now, Splatoon 3, I'm sitting on the main game at like half, maybe even just a quarter of the way done. And when they announce Splatoon 4, then I'll get on the main game mode, story mode. So I can't speak to story mode, but I did play the original story mode on that. And then while Splatoon 3 was out, I was still doing the expansion because they gave it to anybody who had the Switch Online. They gave it to us for free. So then I was able to try the expansion for Splatoon 2 and do that. So you do get like specialty weapons and stuff like that, and specialty armor and stuff like that, but I never get to use it in game because I wait to the end to beat the game. And I know my sister, who's a super Splatoon fan in a different way, she only likes the story mode. Like, I feel like we could share a copy of the game because she'll finish the story and then I'll do the online, and we're all set, and we have one copy between the two of us. But I know, like, That's how we met, though, playing Splatoon. Because that's when I started streaming. I was like, hey, I have this Elgato. I originally bought it just to, like, go over my collection and just do collection stuff. And I was like, let's see what this stream button got going on here. And I tried that stream button, and I'm here trying to learn how to stream. I feel like one of the first streams you joined, I didn't even realize that my chat was going because I hadn't refreshed. And so my chat was just blocked. I didn't be like, oh, I guess she's not talking to us today. And I didn't even know you were there. I'm like, oh, this person seems to be playing with me a lot. So this is when I was a new streamer, guys. I was a new streamer. I'm better now. Not 100%, but I'm better now than I was back then. And so this is where I started. Like I said, I started streaming Splatoon. We have our own Splatoon Discord community. Basically, a lot of the people that are in the Discord are from our Splatoon streams. Not all of them, but a lot. Like, I would say like 90% of the people in our Discord are Splatoon heads. Everybody loves Splatoon. And we get together every stinking Saturday just to play. We were doing that even from Splatoon 2. Towards the second half of Splatoon 2, we were streaming every Saturday, and it's been my thing. Every Saturday I stream Splatoon because it's just one of my hella relaxing games. And I know for everybody, they're like, oh, but Splatoon is such a stressful experience. I'm like, nah, I love just relaxing, shooting shit up, splatting things down, getting some paint on there, and trying to get the enemy team. But I know it's one of my hella relaxing games. Like, sometimes there have been times where I'm like, okay, I'm good now. I can go to sleep right after playing Splatoon. I know that's probably not everybody's experience, but it's mine. Let us hear about your Splatoon 2 experience.
Well, you definitely picked it up day one for sure. I remember, like when it came out, that 1.5. I think I was one of them ones because, like, my friends that never had a Wii U, once again, they were like, man, what you think Splatoon 2 is like? What you think it's like? We never played 1. I said, you played 2, didn't you? They're like, yeah, then you played 1. The only difference was the guns, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the nerf came in on some of the big guns, especially like Splattershot Pro, but that was one of the ones and ones. And, but outside of that, it was still, of course, the game was faster, more fluid, just like so on with 3, right? But it was pretty much the same, just looked nicer, better frames and that, but you got the same, I think, experience that you got from 1. It was equally as fun, if not more fun. And so picked it up day 1, played it all the summer. I remember the first day, I think we played it, like went to GameStop, picked it up, because I went to Texas, and my friends had just got the Switch. It was 4 of us. We were doing turf. We were like unlocking stuff, trying to get to level 10 to do the other stuff. We were trying to figure out Salmon Run. I remember, and that was when Salmon Run wasn't open all the time. So we would be playing the mode, and then it's like, all right, dang, we could finally get in Salmon Run. Like, we go on Salmon Run and play it for the little time it was open. And then, all right, bet, when it gonna come back? And like looking at, so like the first day, or the first like 2-3 days, because I think it was almost like a 3-4 day weekend or something like that. And I put a quick 15-20 hours on the game, quick, fast, in a hurry. And then from there, played it pretty religiously. Then I think I started streaming with Splatoon 2. And then that's where I picked up my audience. And then, of course, I picked up a pretty competitive crowd.
Sure did.
So I was playing with people that had teams. Teams were real big in Splatoon 2 compared to 3. Mm-hmm. And so I was playing with a lot of people that had teams, a lot of people that just were really, really good at the game. People, like, we would send text messages about text on certain weapons, certain stages and that. So I streamed that, and then a year later, from the game almost coming out, that's when I found your stream. And then I started playing with you, and it wasn't too long after that we formed Emerging Waves team, right? So, and then from there on, you and I have been playing it pretty much together. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't even remember Splatoon 2 without you. Like, I know there was a year that I was playing it, mm-hmm. but I always associate, like, I always think I met you when I got Splatoon 2, but that's not true. I knew I was playing Splatoon for a year, but I always think when Splatoon 2 comes up, that's when I met Gamer, but that's not true. I already had the game for a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I always, so from Splatoon 2, even though it was later on, would always associate the game with you. And so we played I think we played religiously. That summer, we really played religiously on your streams and offline, and then getting the team together. We were knee deep in the game. We were deep. I mean, I think we were so deep in the game. Like you and I both had an emotional moment at the end of 2. I'm not gonna bring it up because that's a tough moment for both of us. You know what I'm talking about? That damn stage. But I'm glad we shared that moment. I think that's a good thing. I was like, because we've been through the game together. But yeah, so to playing with you and then getting a new crew from your streams / my streams, and it's kind of just grown into what we have today. Like even like down to the team. Like I love our team. I love the makeup of our team, and then down to like the people on the streams. You know, I mean, I ain't trying to give shout out to Rush Dog, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, just down to like you meet cool people and then you just end up playing them. Like I wasn't having that experience in Splatoon 1 and then the first like year until I started streaming, but I was kind of just playing by myself, like with 1 and then kind of with 2. And then of course 3 came out, but I think 2 might be my all-time favorite. Like when we look back 20 years and we're not playing any of them, I think 2 is gonna be my big one because I love the kits. The kits to the weapons were all great. There was only like 2 bad kits throughout the whole weapon. Like most weapons, the specials and the subs fit so well. The colors, like the undercover, the black and the white, the Kenza set, and how they rolled it out. Like it was all Sheldon stuff. Like the rollouts were so great with the weapon. They weren't just like DLCs added, they had stories behind them. And I think 2 did a really good job story-wise of getting that stuff out. 1 was just kind of, hey, it's a new game, shoot stuff up. Hey, here goes some guns. Oh, here goes a little story. Here goes some music. You know what I'm saying? Like the music jam, of course, forgot to say that. Yeah, the music jam like Salmon in all 3. The music tough. But yeah, 2 did a really, really good job of like rolling it out to the point like where people felt 3, we'll get into 3, but there was only 2 kits in 3, and you got 3 kits in 2. You see what I'm saying? Like your Flingza in 2 had 3 different. Wasn't there 3 Flingzas in 2?
2.
Okay, well a lot but Flingza was a later game. Flingza wasn't a day 1. If you were a day 1 weapon in 2, you pretty much got 3 kits. So a lot of weapons had 3 kits, whereas 3, that's almost not. There is no 3rd kit. So, but 2, I think all in all will go down as my favorite, and my favorite song, Blitz, is in 2 too. So my favorite stages. I think. When you talked about the stages, I think one of our favorite, or not favorite, but one of our best stages when it came to teams, when we played as Merging Waves, was Gobi Arena, which is not in 3. But that was the basketball stage. We will always do well on that stage, playing other teams. So, like, there's little like nuances like that. But yeah, 2, I love 2. 2. The only thing I think, if I could like bring it all together, that I would take from 3 and just put it into 2, is like the lobby part. Right? And then
I was gonna get into that.
Then the spirit world, but I'll let you go. I'm done with 2. I'll let you go.
No. So I was gonna talk about because with 2 I can talk about some of the features that I didn't have to experience. Well, that I couldn't experience because I didn't have people to play with. Like in 2, the lobby system is you can only join 2 at a time. So if you have, I hate that. So some of the quality of life stuff is better in 3, and some of it is worse. So I'm gonna get into the good and the bad in 2, and then we'll get to the good and bad in 3. So the quality of life in 2, if you have, like, we have a group of people that we play with kind of religiously on Saturday nights, right? And you have to wait kind of 2 at a time
man, we up
to
here
join
playing hopscotch,
in.
trying to get in the game, man. All
Right,
right, y'all 2 join up. Young Money and Ray jump in. It's like, all right, then me and somebody else jump in. Then the next 2 jump in. Playing hopscotch, trying to get in the game, man.
Right. But they had I think the better feature for the Splatfest.
Yo, definitely.
Because in Splatfest, you could join in even if somebody was already a group. You could join in if they had an empty spot. As long as they were in your team. And that's the thing also about Splatoon 2. I don't know, because I might have missed it in Splatoon 3. 1, because I might have not been into it like that. I don't know if there were online Splatfests like there were in 2. Were there Splatfest in 1?
Heck yeah!
I must have missed them all then.
You played it there because that was the main. Yeah, most definitely.
I must have missed them all then.
Yeah, for sure. Because that was like the whole rivalry thing. It started in 1. Like as you play 2 and 3, it make it look like they're like the people all in one are a team and the people all in 2. But remember, in 2, it was always Callie versus Marie. Oh wait, that's Callie versus Marie, and then Pearl and Marina in 2.
Mm-hmm.
They were, but when 2 come out, it make it seem like Callie and Marie are a unit. Hell no, they was beefing all one. It was all beef. And then when 2 and 3, oh yeah, we sisters all the man, forget all. No, yeah, definitely, yeah, plenty of it.
I guess because my ex was home on the weekend. The thing is, he was also home on the weekend, so I wasn't playing.
You didn't play it on the weekend.
I didn't play his game on his, when he's home because it wasn't my game. So, I'm trying to be respectful that this is not mine and only play when the person's not around. So
you did you know that Splatfests were happening? Maybe Nintendo didn't do a good job of advertising it like they do now. Like you can go anywhere. Well, even like the repeat Splatfests, but I think back then, like you had to be in the game, and maybe like a direct or 2 might tell you there's a Splatfest coming up. But
remember, I wasn't watching direct. I wasn't into like social media then. I didn't have even an X account or a Twitter account then.
You didn't have. Yeah, I remember.
So I didn't know about the Splatfest, so that's probably why I missed them all, which is sadness. So, I tell you what, I never missed anyone in 2. I got them all.
Your first Splatfest was in 2.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember Splatfest.
Do you remember? So since your first Splatfest was in 2, did you think that was a new feature in 2?
I thought I did.
You see what I'm saying? You didn't think that was like a carryover from 1, huh? Okay, I see. Interesting.
Yeah, no, because I didn't get to. Yeah, like I said, I didn't have the community
but
I have now.
But a lot of people didn't play 2, so I mean 1. So yeah, they're probably thinking like even in 3, like there's some people that don't know Splatfest that play 2. You know what I'm saying? So right. I get it. Like people, or they don't understand what Splatfest is. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I mean, yeah, I get it.
Right. So, but I did think that the Splatfest, the themes are better in 2 than they are currently.
For sure. Even the goofy themes.
Yeah, even the goofy themes were better.
Like over and under, like that was in 2. Like toilet paper over, like the goofy. Like,
I remember that.
Like and 3 got goofy, but even their goofy stuff is kind of whack. Like these 2 got the good goofy stuff.
And in private battles, because I didn't experience that either in Splatoon 1, so I can't talk on that on Splatoon 1. In private battles, we have access. I don't know if it was added later or remember because I wasn't playing till like a year or so after with people that I knew. They added the Splatfest themes that you could play privately. So even if you missed out, you can set up a private lobby and stream or play with other people in your own created Splatfest. And I remember, I think we did 1 or 2 created Splatfest on our own. We had a few that we made up the colors for, and we're like, all right, you got to stay on this team. Because the Splatfest essentially on 2 left after a while. They didn't re-roll them.
Now. It's not like now,
Yeah, they didn't re-roll them, so I was like, all right, we're going to keep this momentum going.
They re-rolled them at the very, very end. Because when they were kind of re-rolling, but they were doing that for all the games. Remember, they did it technically with the Mario Kart and technically with Animal Crossing, and then like, hell, we might as well do Splatoon. So I think it was just kind of a throw-in.
Right.
But we went a drought in Splatoon 2 with no Splatfest, for sure. There was like a drought. But people were still playing the game, which is a testament to the playability of Splatoon 2. Like, you can keep playing it in a sense. Or there's something about the game that even if there's like no live added content, there's enough there.
Right.
And even if it's just playing with friends, to me, because I think that's the difference between 1 and 2. I probably fell off playing 1 because I just didn't have friends to play with.
Right.
Playing Splatoon with friends is like the bomb. I like when we play offline because we just be like laughing and just having a grand old time, like playing offline. Not offline, but like off stream.
There's more shit talking, I'll tell you that.
We talk plenty of it. But it ain't like the live is like you know how we rocking the live. Like be a little tame on the live, but yeah, when we play offline, yeah, we could play for some. I remember one day we played for like 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
Straight. And like thinking nothing of it. But yeah, so two, I was gonna say too, with like how you were talking about like coming two at a time, one of the issues, like you done waited 30 minutes for you get your whole lobby. You see what I'm saying? Like in three, like you'll do a match by yourself, and then the next all but one slot is full, like boom. So you wait the 3-minute match, and then boom, the next lobby y'all all rocking. Versus that two at a time, it kind of stalled the stream a bit.
Right.
You know, you gotta, if you're the last two to get in, you probably waited 30 minutes
to play.
For each match to go to get them all 8 slots full.
And then when they were doing Splatfest, sometimes when they were queuing them up, there would be more DCs, so that even those people who waited to get in, now you got to start that whole chain of events all over again, because during, like, whenever they would be introducing the Splatfest, for some reason, it still does it with Splatoon 3, we'll get into it again, but whenever they start changing stuff up, it sometimes DCs a whole lobby, and then you'll have to start again. I will say, on Splatoon 2, going back to something you said about us playing all the time, I feel like a lot of people had Animal Crossing, and I did too during that 2020 incident, right? But we also had Splatoon. I'm gonna be like, and this is gonna be a little gushy on my part, okay? So you can. This is for the fans. This is not for you. I mean, it is for you, but you don't have to hear it. No, I don't cry. I don't cry. But I will say, like, I feel like with more so than Animal Crossing Splatoon, like, I went through a really dark phase in 2020, and I feel like if it wasn't for you, like us playing just at night all the time, and oh shit, maybe I might cry.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, like when I'm brought up, that thing, it's a little tough, but yeah.
Yeah. So I know I had, it for me it was emotionally hard. Like I don't like people. I like my mom and my sister and stuff like that, but not being even able to go out and see them, and just having us play together, start our own team. Oh shit, man! I didn't think that was coming.
I feel it.
Us starting our own team. I remember when we were like, we were just talking about it during stream one day. We were like, hey. I was like, damn, you play so many competitive people. It'd be nice to have a team. And you're like, hit me up later on that night. Hey, if you ever decide to put a team together, I'm down. And I was like, oh, don't. I was like, don't give me hope. Don't give me false hope. Because I feel like after that, like, then we started also with Splatoon 2, we started going into other Discord communities that were having 2v2s. So we would sometimes even play 2v2 matches in other Discord communities that were doing matches like that. So even if we didn't have a full team, because for a while there we didn't have a full team, or we were like building. We were feeling. Yeah, we were get it together. Trying to fill out a team, and we had a lot of bumps in the road. We figured out a system that works for us now, but we were having bumps in the road. But from the very beginning, we both were very solid with playing with each other, even if it wasn't with the rest of the team. So we would always do those 2-on-2 competitive. Actually, I miss those. We need to start going back to
we need to do what we need to see. Well, let me say real quick, not to get off your tangent, but one thing, and we'll talk about this in 3. But one thing about 3 is a lot of the tournaments and the competitive stuff died due to the catalog. But we'll come back to that. I just wanted to make sure I get that point across. But yeah, I do. I think that's why we probably didn't do more 2-on-2 and stuff, because a lot of those things died because tournament and team play stuff died. And I am proud to say Mergent Waves is probably going to be one of the few teams, and we knew a lot of teams in 2. We knew a ton of teams in 2. And we're one of the only teams that survived 2 through 3, because a lot of teams fell apart in 3, and then when 4 comes around, given the switch 2 situation. But I'm proud to say, like, Mergent Waves has been in Splatoon 3, where I've seen a ton of other teams like fall apart, or they're on timeout until the next Splatoon. They're not even doing Splatoon 3 as a team. There's a timeout. We'll be back and forth. So I'm happy about that. Like Splatoon, Mergent Waves has been around in 3.
Yeah. And I feel like that also is a testament to the kind of people we have in our community.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because I think early on we were just trying to go alongside with what other competitive teams are doing and not doing our own thing.
Yeah, good point. Because I think why we had those bumps early on is because we were trying to be exactly like other teams. It's like that movie, the bobsled movie.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to do it like how like you're supposed to do it instead of like our way. Like while we formed the team anyway, we just like playing together, and that was the basis of the team. Not that we're good players. We enjoy playing together. Let's find 2 more people that really enjoy playing the game, and that was the bomb. But now, like our team is the bomb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we got everybody. Yeah, and then going into the future, like we got a good formula of a team building.
Right. I think. Yeah, I don't think we had that before.
Yeah, we did. We were just trying to do what everybody else was doing. Because there were so many teams. Like, wait, what's this team doing? Because we were on Discord, like, looking, like, officially putting in applications for players.
Yeah,
like,
we were
having
like...
to fill out applications and going through applications. Remember we did interviews?
We did interviews. We had a couple of people come in and play with us in private libraries just to see how they play. It was
oh my God.
It was a tough learning curve for Montreal Braves. I'm just gonna say, as co-captains, we figured it out though. We figured it out. I think we have a nice system.
We got a better betting process.
We got a better system in place than we did then. But we were also new. Like,
we were new. We didn't know.
I never had it. Yeah, that.
We're kind of doing it our way. So I think I'm glad it worked out, and I'm glad we stuck it together because. Like when we went through at the beginning, we could have, let's not do this team stuff. We could have just like disbanded.
Right. Like we'll just play together whenever we want.
We thugged it out.
And I appreciate that. That because I feel like I think the people we got now, I'm like I wouldn't trade them in for the world.
No, for sure.
I don't if we're not like I know right now myself I'm not. I feel like for sure I'm not one of the best players, but even not being one of the best players. Everybody in my team has what we're gonna do.
Yeah, for sure.
And we can all like compensate for like, all right, I know this man is gonna go up over there and start a fight, so I'm gonna stay kind of in the middle. And Marz will be like, yeah, I know once I see Gamer going, I can't go up because she's just gonna she's gonna die right away if she goes up there. But yeah, so I feel like we know our team now. So even if I'm not the best player, our mojo is better, but that happened in 3. So let's get the mojo happened in 3.
In 3,
yeah. The mojo happened in 3. So before we leave Splatoon 2, do you want anything else about Splatoon 2?
No, I mean if I do, I'll just compare it to 3. So I mean I'll touch back on it.
Okay. So now we get on to Splatoon 3, which was not a Splatoon 1.0, 1.5. It was its own thing, and definitely its own thing. It had a couple of modes that were done so much better, and there were a couple of things that were done worse. So let's talk about the game first itself. Like when it came out, it was slated for summer. My guys, summer's not the end of September. That's almost fall.
That did happen. I forgot about that.
Oh my God, I was so mad. I was like, all right, we're gonna get this a game in July. We're gonna play it all summer long, and they're like, nah, September. I was like, what the flying fudge? Everybody's back to work. Everybody's back to their studies. Nobody has time for gaming like that. Why did you put this out in freaking like mid-September? They got like one of the last 2 days in the summer. Yeah, they picked one of the last 2 days in the summer to release this game. But I will say the release did, I feel, in my opinion, I got it on release day, and I feel like it did have some bumps and bruises, but it was more or less a pretty set game from one. I mean, they added table turf, which I will say I still haven't played it yet. But that mode is there for anybody who wants it, right? They added Salmon Run 24/7, so you can go into Salmon. And I'm gonna say, in the very beginning, I was starting to think Salmon Run was gonna be my favorite mode because they had they've changed it so much that it's not. But in the beginning, they had the weapons going. Everything was good in Salmon Run, and we were just gelling in there. Like, you get the good weapons, you get the good runs, and we were doing so well with the Salmon Run. I was even thinking that it was gonna beat Turf for me, But then they changed the weapon composition and what they were doing in there. And then it's slowly like I was like, oh, maybe not, maybe not. I'll leave them all alone. But I will say I still don't go unless we're doing our team practices. I don't do the competitive scene, so I'll let you talk about the competitive, like the tower,
rankings,
the rain, all of that stuff in this when you start talking about it. But for me, I stay in turf. I do like the stages in here. They did bring a lot of stages from 2 over and some from 1. I know 1 you don't like that was brought over, but it's almost Murray Towers, but it's not. I forget the name of
Oh,
the...
you're talking about that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Mahi Mahi for a second. The fake Mahi Mahi, I thought.
The fake Mahi Mahi. But that one also is one of my favorites,
Yeah.
so I'm not...
that thing is small.
I feel like all my favorite stages are everybody's least favorite stages. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And everybody's, what the fudge? Why are we playing on this stage? But they did do tri-battles as well in Splatoon 3, and now I don't know that I appreciated the way they did Splatfest in this game, and I will tell you why. Splatfest in Splatoon 2 came with new boards every stinking Splatfest. I think I forgot to mention that. So when they brought these Splatfest tri-battles, you're versing against 2 other teams, and whenever you do the tri battles, they only 2 boards did they ever make for the tri battles, and they never made any brand new boards. And I feel like, damn, we got so spoiled in Splatoon 2 with them making brand new stages every single. It was like an excitement thing in Splatoon 2 to get into a Splatfest and see the new stage that they were putting up on there, and like, yes, let's go. Let's see what this new stage is about. And we don't have that in this one. They were really good.
Movement and shooting that thing in the middle, one of that shifty stations, like it would move the whole piece that was colored. Man, they were good.
The ones that would the glasses that would come down, so you have to clear all the level, make sure nobody's in there.
They were clever.
And we did not get that in Splatoon 3. So unfortunate. That is one of those things where I'm like, in 2, where I'm like, damn, why didn't they bring same energy?
What did we get instead?
Yeah, what did we get instead?
Well, we got the tri battles, right? That was the thing.
Yeah.
But the tri battles were. It's not a replacement, man. I don't even do tri battles. There was only one good one for me, and that was the Tri-Force. Yeah, that one. I think that's the one. Like you talked me into kind of playing that one, and I liked it. So I'm glad I did that one. But the tri-battles are not a replacement for shifty stations. It ain't.
No, they did do 2. They did 2. I don't remember what the other one was. They did 2 brand new stages, but they never did it again. And I'm like, I don't understand why they wouldn't, because it was one of those things to bring players back into the game. I remember loving playing the Splatfest in 2. So, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I still do the tri-battles. I know a lot of people in our group don't, but I still enjoy, like, the very, like, competitive nature. But they really need to remove friendly fire when you're on the same team, because some of these team people, they don't know, like, hey, if we are all against one group, don't fight each other, homeboy. What are we doing here? Go ahead.
Yeah, because of the multiplier, so you get 1.2 times multiplier, like on a win. Like if you're like, because you can beat the winning team. The 2 losing teams can technically beat the team that's winning by halftime, right? But the team that I guess did more gets more of the multiplier than the other team that didn't do as much to win. They get less of the multiplier to points, right?
Well, so they changed it. So in the beginning, it used to be different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They changed it, like, I think within the 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, because now I think you can kind of just do it whatever. Like, because remember, it was so hard to get in them. Now I'm remembering, because it had to be, like, against that losing team. So it's kind of hard to even get enough people to set it up, because you can still do, if you don't have to do tri-battles. So I think a lot of people kind of just stand, because I was always hunting for 333 and 100 times, and you can't get that in tri-battle. So I'm like, heck no, I'm standing where I can get my 333s and my hundos. I'm not going to tri-battle, and I don't like it already. staying over here even after halftime. So I be forgetting it be tri battles until you bring it up. That's the only one this game do got tri battles.
I mean, I still enjoy a good tri battle, but now they I mean, they did do like
and you only can do 2 people. So if you want to play with 4 people, you gotta do the other.
You can't. Yeah, you can't. Unfortunately, and I mean, I do like that they changed it up now that the winning team is not the one that has 4.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're the winning team, if you're the like now you it's whoever way they want to shift. They shift it all around. Everybody like you can have a composite of 4 of any of the 2 losing teams as well. And I feel like that way they should have added 4-player mode as well. But I feel like because the other 2 teams have only 2, that's probably why they didn't want to add 4 players, because you could have a good 4-player team against two solid 2-player teams and still win. But so I feel like that's why we as a stream community don't play it a lot, because I don't want to just play with one person. I might like the first 2 matches of the day because nobody's there yet as soon as I start streaming. But as soon as the stream starts going, all right, let's get into those turf battles. Let's get these lobbies forming. Let's get these rooms rotating in and rotating out. And that's where I don't like this one here. So in order, like before if you had an empty slot that wasn't somebody who was that, when you started the room, anybody could join your room in 2, even if they weren't a part of the group, as long as they were in your same team. They did away with that in 3.
Wait, what you mean? Like, you saying anybody else, somebody else's friend list can join? Or you saying like a rando can join?
No. So like only randos can join now. If you start a room with, say I started a room in 3 with 3 people, right?
Like just a regular turf battle. Joint,
no,
right?
I'm still talking about Splatfest.
Well, okay, I got you.
I'm still talking about Splatfest. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear. In Splatfest, in 2, anybody can join once you were already started playing, as long as you had an empty slot on and they were in your same group. In 3, they can't do that. You have to back out.
Yeah.
Let the player in. And they can't just join up, even if there's like, say I'm playing with 3 people that I'm playing with and then we're playing with 1 random. They can't just join in. You have to back out to let that player in. You don't have to back out completely where they close out the... well, maybe they do close out the lobby. I don't remember. It's been a while because now sometimes I just let it ride. I'm like, well, we're going to ride with this rando for a little bit. But I think in 2 they had a much better system with Splatfest and joining when you're playing, when your peoples are playing.
Yeah, it was seamless. It was more seamless.
Yeah, it was more seamless than it is now. Though, I will say, when we're playing regular turf battles, like we were saying earlier, we only need me to play 1 round, and then everybody can just jump a room, a lobby. We can completely fill up a lobby with 1 room instead of 2 at a time, 2 at a time here, 2 at a time here, 2 at a time here. So I do appreciate regular mode. And then, like I said before, in private battles, we don't have shifty stations. We don't have tri battles. There's no way to play these tri battle fields without Splatfest. So thankfully they keep re-rolling them, but either way, it's like, come on now, just put it in private battles. You had it in private battles before. What's the? We're not gaining levels in private battles. We're not gaining points. It's just for fun. Why are we not? And sometimes I need people to be in those private battles. Some people that are playing a hot garbage mess that they're just fudging around. Those people I block off my system, by the way. So if you're one of them, don't do it.
Don't ask me to unblock.
Don't ask me to unblock you either. Exactly.
Block for a reason.
But yeah. So that's all I had to say about 3. Let's get you going with 3, because I just speak a lot on 3.
Yeah, I ain't said nothing about 3.
No, I'm sorry. I did monopolize 3.
I forgot. I thought I did. Hey, look. So this one. All right, let me take it back to the beginning. So 3, I remember the trailer for 3 because the direct came, and then I get right on Discord. Boom! Here come a message from you. Because we didn't know it was coming out.
Right.
It was like a surprise. Like, I didn't know there was going to be another Splatoon on the Switch. I thought, we're going to have to ride with 2 until the new Switch come out. Which I was fine with. I was playing 2. Plenty of hours in 2, by the way. And so I was fine with 2. So when they did the trailer, remember, it was at the end of the direct. I was like, everybody's like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? And then it ended up being Splatoon 3. I was like, right on Discord. I was like, and then here comes the gamer. And you see this, man, it's crazy. This thing coming out with 3. It's like, and then like how soon it was. So I do remember that, like just the initial hype, like because we're both Splatoon heads, so it's like okay, cool, dang, 3's coming out. So hype, from the get go, and then out seeing all like how it's gonna be different and stuff, and seeing the like the quality of life in that. So I was like, okay, cool. Like we had some things to definitely look forward to, but then I think. How you said it came out in September. It was kind of like a, damn, what the heck? But now I think I know why they're doing that because the game rotates on seasons. So they wanted it, like, I guess they didn't want it at the true beginning of summer. So the first season technically was the end of summer, but you got all that fall through winter to play the first season, to do your catalog. So they couldn't just drop it like a random day in the middle of a season during the summer. So I see why they did it now. But yeah, so I remember playing it, and then I didn't have too many, complaints. The big thing was the DCs, of course. Remember, because and 2, if you DC, just DC, it didn't stop the whole lobby.
Right.
Like
oh
now,
my God.
if you DC within the first half, the whole hey man, somebody DC and get back to the lobby, don't refill it. But that would happen a lot because people DC'd a lot too. But hey, 4v3, I do not feel sorry for you. That was
just
our
keep going,
just
keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
You play with the flag.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you because if it was me with 3 and you with 4, you would whoop me. So I'm gonna whoop you back. Just I don't feel no way for no DC. So I'll say that. So that was like one is like the letdown for me is like what the heck is all this DC? That was my major complaint. But like the lobby was cool. Okay, cool. We kicking it in the lobby. But so that I like that. And then the other quality of life features is like so we like I'll talk about like the battle series and the X rank and stuff. So because you don't really play. I think you play with us when we do battle series, but we do the open.
Right.
Which is there's battle open and battle series. I do a lot of battle series where you play for the big points. When we do open, it'd be like 4 or 5 points. You know what I'm saying?
8 max.
So for the
8,
max. Yeah. So I was like, is this because you and I and 2 used to play a lot of League, and that'll allow for like 2-on-2 players. Shout out to Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah. So we would play a lot of League in 2, but I think that hurt in 3 because there's technically like the battle open is the League, but it's not the same. And so I play a lot of battle series where that gets you to the X rank a little quicker with the S plus. But now I will say X rank is worse in this game because it's easier to get to, so like it's more diluted. So like a lot of people just stay playing battle series because like the better players just stay in series. Like I know a Kenji the other day said he don't even go to X, and I get it because X is kind of like not toxic, but like it's I don't know the word, but it's like similar to toxic. So a lot of people just stay in battle series. So they kind of this game. Like I read the forums and stuff, it messed up X rank, and X rank from Splatoon 1 was like the creme de la creme. If you X rank, it's like, dang, and then 2 it got a little watered down, and then 3 it's like completely watered down. It don't mean what it used to mean. So now here, I think in Splatoon 3 it's more like the battle series. I think like Young Money is like plus 20, you know what I'm saying, in battle series. So like that's more of the prestige than like the X rank, because I fall in. X rank is so watered down. I take myself out of X rank every season, and I get right back into it because it's just so easy to get into it. Whereas in 2, it was tougher to get. Like I would teeter on being X rank. Like I would be like 19 to 20 X rank, but in 3 like 24 is like high. But that's because there are people that are 16, 17 in X rank. But you might not understand that, but people
all of this terminology
yeah. They'll know what I'm talking about. So, all right, but that's on the competitive side. And then battle open is nice because we can still play like as a team when we want, and still get points if you wanted. Like how you were moving kind of towards A rank, you can still build towards it just with fewer points.
Yeah, 8 points at a time.
Yeah, and it's a slow creep, but it's for people that don't take the risk. Like when I play battle series, if I win all 5 and then even lose a couple, you'll get like 264 points after playing 5 games, which is like a huge difference. And then you also, let me talk about Samurai like BP. So it's like in Salmon Run, you can rank up. And I don't want to speak for you, but I think when we first started playing, I think we all liked it because we were all lower ranked and it was just so easy to play. But once you get to like VP, because like the game will put like the person that is not VP, they still kind of have to play with the pressure of VP, right?
Yes, yes.
Like,
you play with the
like,
highest level player.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it could be a turnoff, like if you're not used to it. And we were playing the other day, and I know some people were like, "What the hell going on?" It's like there's a couple VP players here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm professional 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I teeter between 2 or 3. So I've never reached. I think I might have reached VP real
You reached
quick.
it when you played with us the other day.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
to VP. Mm-hmm.
But then I quickly lose it if I'm not playing with
Yeah.
with people. Because it is a lot. It is a lot.
It's different. Yeah. But I like Salmon Run better than in 2. 1, because it's always open and you can go get it, and I like the gear is better coming out of it. I think it's got a little like they got a couple of pieces of gear in there that I like. You ain't feeling the gear.
Well, it's because it's so hard. Well, in the beginning of the game, it's easier now because they added gold. To
the shells. Yeah,
the bars. Because to get bronze. Little coins to buy stuff in the Salmon Run area. It's super hard. You got to be playing for to buy one item, probably 3 or 4 hours to buy one little thing, a sticker.
Yep.
Not even anything
big.
Man,
I don't want
yeah.
no sticker. Yeah.
Not even anything big.
I don't want no green sticker.
Right. Now they've added some gold in there every so often, so it makes it a little better.
I'm glad I know that now because I just popped that out the other day.
Yeah, because the only way to get gold before was to beat the boss. And they would be so stingy with the gold. It'd be like 2 pieces.
Yeah, because you can beat the boss and not get the gold.
Right.
I remember because we beat the boss a few times. Like, well, gold, bro.
Yeah, they give us silver.
Whoop on the boss.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard enough to whoop on the boss and then you still, like, that gotta be guaranteed gold. Like, come on, bro.
You would think it'd be guaranteed 20
I think that's
pieces
kind of what
least.
made me not kind of play. I'm not even going to get gold for whooping them out. I'm out. Going back to over here, man. I'm out of Grizz Code, man. Put me in the lobby. But yeah, for Salmon Run, I think they did make it easier because in the beginning, I know a lot of people weren't playing. They have like a feature, like if you're on a Discord channel, you could like the pool stuff. So you could play with people that kind of play similar to you, and you could put your like the pool code, which was another quality of life in 3, right? So 3 did bring over a lot of quality of life changes that I would just kind of wish it would just take the 2 and like kind of combine. Because I do like the pool feature. You don't have to do the friend code stuff. I do like. What do you think about like the gear being in the catalog? Like.
I think
versus like the coming out like during like Sheldon picks or something like that, because there wasn't no Sheldon picks, but in 3, and I think that was because of the catalog.
Right. I think I used to buy every piece of gear before. In 2, I had every piece of gear. That was a lot of money to get every piece of gear. But I used to be, because we used to play so often, I'd be moneyed up.
But 99 all the way.
So, but in this one, I haven't even tried to buy a gear that's not in the catalog, just because 1, it's so expensive. It's more. I feel like the gear is more expensive, and I'm like,
a lot of the gear in the shop is from like 2 anyway.
I'm gonna be honest. I stick with it. You don't want to see what my little inkling looks like. Guys, I'm gonna put this out here. Look, I know that some people play this game as a fashion game. I'm like, if my gear works and it works for me, I will have a fish hat on, some flippers on, and a ninja jacket, or a peacoat. Something like that.
The snorkeling gear,
As long as the gear works, I'm using it. Now, I know that's not I know that's not how people play, because they got all the gear, they got all the clothes, they got the fits. I'm like, if my fit works for my weapon. I will say though, in this game, I do try more weapons than I've ever tried. Because I used to, in Splatoon 2, I was foil flings. Foil flings all the way. I didn't play any other weapon. Yeah. You couldn't catch me playing anything other than a flings in 2. In this one, I like that you can star level the weapons. So after I star leveled my flings out. I was like, oh, okay, well, let me 5-star another weapon. So I've been using buckets now. I've actually used some guns. I used some pistols.
Tons of fun with guns.
Right? I never would have even thought I would have put a Splatoon gun in my hand.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me in 2, are you going to use a gun? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm all good. And I found myself buckets, bombs. You know, I'm putting anything in my hand.
Bob.
I will say, though, I do like very ink-heavy weapons. So I'm not just... Like, I'm not going to put a sniper in my hand.
Yeah, you're turf. You're turf all day.
Yeah, because I love turf, and I come from only loving turf.
Turf is Splatfest, you know what I'm saying? You gotta lay the ink down.
So if it ain't ink heavy, it ain't in my hands. I will tell you that, because I don't go for the kills. Like, if the kills are there, I'm gonna get it, but I'm trying to just ink. Like, you are not my target, my guy. The floor is. If you're in my way, I'll go for you, but you are not my primary target. This floor, inking this around and getting you not to ink, that's my target. So, and that's how I've always played. I mean, that's how we were supposed to play in 1. I feel like they changed that. It's more...
Well, yeah. And that was the mistake in 3. I don't know if you remember this part. So in 2, 1, it was like all about the... That's why you kind of got them crazy boards in 1, right? But then remember when the Switch came out, like during the trailer for the Switch itself, they showed like the tournaments for Splatoon 2, right? Like, oh, there's going to be Splatoon 2 tournaments. So that, I think the developers made the stages more like tournament friendly versus like just ink friendly, and kind of like I remember just being in some odd places in Splatoon 1, just ink and stuff. Everybody gonna come over here and ink, like, and so the game was more broad. So like and then 2 it got a little bit tournament based, and then 3 initially 3 started off super tournament based because a lot of the maps would push you to the middle and y'all fight in the middle. They wasn't even about inking, but then every board got a rework. Because everybody just complained about how bad the maps were. Like, why we got to go to the middle? Like, we want to ink stuff to the left, right. No, there was no flank routes, because that was like what made Splatoon, like flank routes. But now, like, all the boards are finally open. Like, all the boards got reworked. I think that saved Splatoon 3 for me, because I really didn't even care for any of the maps. Even like the old ones that they brought over were like not as good. But then everyone, like, they're reworking the map right now. Still, I think we're getting a new map next week or something like this. But there's another rework coming out, so that's good. I'm glad they even did that in 2. Like, when maps were not good, you know, they called it like construction or something, but they reworked the maps to bring them alive. And but yeah, I think that how you're saying, like let's keep this about inking, and then put all the tournament stuff, because everybody don't play like that. Like, we really want to ink.
Yeah, I know. So, I want to ink.
Yeah, so like let's keep turf, the objective of turf, and then like that other stuff, tower control, rainmaker, and that, like, that can be more tournament based. And then, but like when you do those modes on those stages, the stage change, right? Like the tower, let's say Mahi for tower control is different. Like, different mechanics and stuff go off and on versus what it is for turf. So like there's the little nuances that way. So yeah, I think it works out well.
In Mahi specifically, I know if you have to break the second board for the water to rise. If anybody breaks the second checkpoint, then the water rises. Until then, the water is still low. You're still on like low tide, or vice versa. Don't ask me what I'm saying. You know, the water is. You get me. All right. Is that everything you want to say about Splatoon?
Well, hold on. No, we still got a couple more things. All right, so the catalog is seasonal. Well, let me say this about the catalog. I think the catalog kills tournament play, which I brought up earlier, but it also killed private battles. Remember, we almost exclusive private battles in 2.
Yeah.
We played with 5 private battles in 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that, like, we can count them on like all this.
Right. I think we had 1 stream so far with the Merging Waves versus the stream where that was the only thing we played. I don't think we maybe 2. I don't think maybe we played 2.
I think one other stream you did mess with it.
Just one other.
It was like at the end of the season, like everybody was 100% done with the catalog, or probably done the catalog twice over.
Yeah.
And somebody requested it, because I remember when you first started streaming free, a lot of more people were like, "Let's do PB, let's do PB." It's like, "No, we doing catalog."
Catalog, yeah. I'm like, I need the catalog points, guys.
Yeah.
And since
because everybody don't play like we play, so some people don't even get the catalog. You know what I mean? Like for me, I always get the catalog, but I play a lot, and but not everybody play a lot like that. Some people only play Saturday when you streaming it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only time they get to work the catalog. And then let me say this too. So you have the inside lobby, but you still got the street area outside. One of my favorite things about the outside part is during Splatfest, like, cause it comes out a week prior, like you can slowly see it coming to life. Like, so it'll stage it, and then they'll unpack, the next day it'll unpack a little bit till it's the full thing, right? And then it's like nighttime. And then all the way to the end of Splatfest, and then like the next day, everything's just like, it's like it's over. It's like it was a dream. So I do like the outside running around, the camera features. Turf battle seems like it's pretty solid. I think when you brought up this 5-star, that is a subtle feature that they added to make people try more weapons and to get on more weapons. Because even myself, like, to me, the 5-star, even though there's like some more prestige badges, I just played my 5-star weapons and like, that was like, hey man, I got that undercover umbrella on 5-star in. So I want the opponent to know when I splat you with that splat, see that 5-star badge right there? I do this undercover umbrella, the heavy edit, and then the splatter shot Nova. And I got a couple of other 5-star weapons that I can't display because you can only have 3. You know what I'm talking about, the stickers?
Yeah, the little stickers on your badge.
Yeah. So I think that's like a nice touch. And then also, like, I'm kind of disappointed in like the jukebox feature because I love the music in all the games. It's like, come on, man, y'all couldn't. Like, I like how you can go and like they kind of just added this where you can go and select it, but you can't do it like when we played with on the turf. Nobody can touch the jukebox. You can only do it in private battle or when you're by yourself. So I was like, man, you can't make us. Yeah, you can't. Like when we just go on all turf battle, nobody can make a song request. You have to be in private battle or by yourself. So I was like, come on, what's the point? Like, we all want to jam out. Like, hey, who picked this song? Who liked this song? Oh, who picked that song? You know what I'm saying? So I can't even like let y'all listen to Blitz it, you know what I'm saying? While we just hanging out in the lobby. But I do like I think having the bags in the lobby, because I think for the most part we hit the bags. And it's a nice warm up, because if you wanted to warm up in 2, you had to go to that whole other, got to jump in the little sewer thing, and then go off in that whole another world where it loads up, and then you can punch the bags there, and then, you know what I'm talking about?
Didn't they used to have mini games too in the load screen?
Oh yeah, the load screen. Like now, our mini. I think they did the turf battles. Like, hey, man, y'all got turf battle. It ain't no mini game. So
yeah, because the load screens used to be like some mini games. I remember.
Yeah, and 2, you can mess with the music. You could like warp the music with your controllers.
Yeah, with your controllers. Yeah. I remember that.
So I do like that, and I'm trying to think of the little nuances they added. Still really no voice chat. We still use Discord when we need that. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to say I don't like 3. I like 3. I like it a lot. I just think it has the shortcomings of the kit. And I don't know if I like the catalog and the gear attached to it like that. I think I liked it the rollout better in 2, like with Sheldon's pick, and then like, oh, this is like the whole Kenza set. Like in 2, Kenza was like my name was the Kenza Kid in 2, because like how they rolled out, because it was like a fashion rollout. And I know you said you don't rock with the fashion. You know,
that's just how come I don't know what you're talking about.
You got your gun for the fashion. You know what I'm saying? So but I like the other day, Young Money was like, hey man, I see you over there, Marz. So I got the all white on. But I will say in 3, compared to 2, and then especially 1, it's easier to chunk out your abilities on the gear that you want. So like I couldn't, like how I'm rocking that gear, I couldn't do it in 2 because you can't change the big chunk, right? You can only change the small chunks in 2. In 3 you can, and then in 1 it was super expensive to do it. 2 they made it less expensive, and then 3 is more wide open. I'm surprised in 3 they even let you change the big chunk, because I thought they'll never give that up. So I don't need they'll probably be more liberal in 4. But I do like now, I can rock any gear because I can change any chunk, and it's easier to get chunks because you get chunks even if you're like chunked out on your gear. You get that extra piece that goes into your inventory, and then when you hit the gotcha machine, you can get the 10 chunk
I've
abilities.
won that once or two.
So you get a few of those, and then you're sitting on some nice chunks when you do want to build gear. So
and in the catalog.
In the catalog, you get some And then like when you're like if you're getting gear from the Grizz people, like if you already got the gear to give you the chunk abilities instead. So you got plenty of places to get chunks from. So you can really trick your gear. And I see that when you're playing, especially when you're playing like Edge Rank, you're playing high S up, and people got like special gear. Like it's easy to get the gear, and everybody's playing with the gear that they need for a said weapon. So I'll give it that. It's easy to build your gear in 3. Like in 1, it was like not like I had 1 set in 1 and maybe 2 and 2 just because it was so expensive. Like took so long to do, and you better know what you wanted.
Yeah, right? Yes, because you can't change it.
Yeah, you better know what you want. So in 3, you could like I've made like all kind of mistakes, but it's no big deal. Like building gear. So
I'm gonna be honest. I tried building my gear in 2 once because I had saved all of the stuff from the Splatfest. I'm a hoarder when it comes to Splatoon. I'll hoard all that shit. I have stuff that I've never used that I could probably build 2 whole sets with in Splatoon 2, but I never try. Like, I'll go with the random rolls, and if it works for me, if not, I'll just scrub it and let it random roll again until I like it. So, and the scrubbing is like during Splatfest, the Splatfest Tea is the only thing you could scrub for cheap. Otherwise, the scrubbing could cost you a pretty penny.
I think it's 10K. It's 10K to scrub without Splatfest. It's 2 with Splatfest. Right. So I know in 2, like if they still talk about it in 3, but in 2, like a lot of people play Splatfest because a lot of people don't. There's people I know that don't like Splatfest, but they'll play it just because it's cheap to scrub gear and it's a good way to get chunks out real quick.
Yeah, I've never. I still to this day haven't like created a build. I probably should do that once. I remember you tried helping me once in Splatoon 2 when I was trying to get like a build for my weird. But I think now because I play so many different weapons, like 1 week I'll play this weapon and I'm like, oh, all right, this one's almost at 4. I got like 2 right now that are sitting at 2 or 3 that are sitting at 4 stars. So I rotate between those 3 for whatever I'm feeling that day. And then sometimes I'm like, look, you guys are hitting me too hard. I'm going back to old reliable. Let me hit you with that flingza, even though I know it's 5 stars, because I'm done with you guys. We got a bunch of tryhards in our streams, not gonna lie. But they make you a better player. I feel like I'm definitely a better player than I used to be.
I was watching you play the other day, and I noticed, like, when you were playing, like, the guns, like, you were jumping and shooting. I think, dang, gamer, like, I don't know if she knows she doing that. Because I remember you said this to me before, I think it too, and you said this about me. It's like, like you're jumping when you're shooting. Well, what's that all about? And I was trying to tell you. But then now I see, like, you doing it, or, like, you be sharking now. I was like, okay, dang, gamer, I see you. So I know it's, like, you picked it up from somewhere, or, like, just playing with us made you play that way, or...
Yeah, I gotta shark you guys. You guys get me real quick. If I'm not sharking, I'm dying. You guys will come at my
Especially
head.
with the roller. You're pretty good sharking with the flings because it's a one-hitter quitter, so there's no getting out of it.
No. Yeah, I like sharking now. It wasn't something I was doing in 2. I for sure was not doing that in 2. And, like, learning, how to move. And, like, even though I play with... like Ninja Squid, people can still see me. I know people can still see me. So like I try to make sure that I'm not seen. And I figured out a way to not be seen. So sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hide here. Nobody knows I'm here. Let the whole crew go in front of me. And there'll be that one person that jumps to me. I'm like, fuck, come on.
Do not jump to me.
Do not jump to me. It's always the rule. Do not jump to me. Blow up my whole damn spine. I'm like, no.
Blow the spine up. Yeah, because sometimes, like, I think one time, like, somebody did jump to you, and I was shooting at the jumper not knowing you was there. And I killed you. I was like, damn, where you come from? You was there. Like the jumper blew your, like if you're gonna, you stealth jump, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you stealth jump if you're gonna jump to me.
Give me that courtesy, man. Jump to a beacon, don't jump to me.
Exactly, because I'll be hiding in the corner waiting for the whole crew to push up, thinking that I'm there too, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna splat them from behind. And there's been one time that I did a whole, I don't have a video of it, guys. I did a whole wipeout just splatting everybody from behind, because they're shooting the people in the front. They don't know that I'm in the behind, and thankfully the crew in the front didn't let them know I was behind. Nobody jumped to me at that point, and I splatted everybody. Bye, bitches.
Meanwhile, you got somebody coming out the graveyard like, dang, Gamer look like a good jump. I think I'll jump there. Then the beacon pop up. The whole spot blew up.
Like, dang. Well, use a beacon. Don't jump to me. Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
I think in Splatoon 2, I think I used to see people say, do not jump to me. I'm like, yes,
yeah, that was the name. Yeah, that was the name. Like, especially on like tower controller songs. Like, yeah, like certain modes, you definitely don't want people jumping to you.
Mm-hmm. Whereas now they lock the names for a month, so you can't.
Yeah.
That is the one. I feel like the one drawback. Like you are locked into your name for at least a month.
Yeah.
So you can't change your username. I don't know why they did that. I guess they didn't want people to keep changing their names. But you are locked into that user. Because before it used to be whatever your Switch name was your in-game name. And now it's like your in-game name is not your. So like sometimes I'll be like, who the fudge is this? I'm like, because I'll accept the user on the stream, and then it'll be months that I haven't played with them, and I'm like, oh, who the hell is this? I don't know who this is. They either change their name a month later, or their name is not locked into this. But like, I wish there was a way, like if you check them, you can see what their username is on the Switch, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember who that is, because we got one person.
It kind of hurts with like kind of block people too, because their in-game name, you have to block them on the system, but the system name won't be the same. So then you have to click on each person you play with, and it'll show you their in-game name, but you can't see it from the actual like profile. You have to click on the actual person to see their Switch name, right? And then their Splatoon name. So like, oh man, it's like let me just get this person off my system. I'm trying to block dude, you know what I'm saying? But it make you like click on each one, and you might have been playing with 10, 12 randos on, how it shows like the most recent people you played with. Mm-hmm. So you have to go through each one, like,
look for which
dude,
one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like, dang, it's like I just want to block dude, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So that is
like, little nuances like that. But I'm glad they do have in-game reporting where you don't have to go through the app now. Like you can report in-game.
Can you now?
Like, yeah, you can report in-game because you do it the same place where you check your rankings and like where you.
But you still have to back out of your match. You can't.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. But you do it in the lobby area. Like you don't have to get on the app.
Okay.
Like I think in 2 you have to use the actual app.
Yeah, I remember.
To go like and block from there. So like little nuances like that. So.
Yeah. I'm ready to talk about something we are just talking about in 4, but I want to make sure you're done with 3.
Go ahead. I'm done with it.
So talking about the blocking feature, I want to get into what we want in Splatoon 4. And I will say that is the biggest, one of my biggest wants. I'm not going to say I'm block happy, right? I'm not block happy, but I don't like people who squid bag. I don't like play the damn game. You don't need to squid bag out. Yeah. You don't need to squid bag. You don't need to, because I'm like, yeah, go get them afterwards.
Or people that just don't play. Like some people just like kind of quit or like just be standing there.
Just standing there jumping around, just ink one little thing so that they can stay in the match. Give us in-game blocking. I feel like, why isn't that a thing at this point? Like, I want to be, but I played with Homeboy, click on his name and like, the thing, don't put me with that player ever again because I don't like the way they play. And like I said, I don't do it often, but when I do it, it's for a reason. Like, I'm not going to say here, I never do it. I do it. I just don't, I'm not like, oh yeah, every 10 seconds I'm blocking a player. No, I'm not blocking. Look, you could hit me 20 times. You could have killed me 20 times. I'm not blocking you. I'm blocking you because you're not playing right.
Well, let me tell you this, and I'm gonna hate to say it. You can block people so many times, it won't let you. You gotta take like 2 days off of blocking people.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Wait, did you figure that out?
yeah. You can like you can block so many people that it stops you from blocking. Like you gotta wait. You get like a little timeout. It's like, hey, you blocking too many people. And let me say this too about blocking people. You can block people, but it doesn't count for X rank because I guess there's not a lot of X rank players. So if you block somebody, you'll probably block them for the rest of the game. But when it comes to X rank, there's no block. Like that block is like goes away. So you'll see people that you block there.
Okay.
But yeah, for the rest of the game they'll be blocked. But in X rank, it's a statement. They put out a statement. You can block them, but when you're gonna play X rank, you might see them.
Okay. Wait. So I do have a question. How do you know about that blocking? Did you personally experience that?
When you play in high end, like if you're trying to like, so for X rank, like my highest badge right now is top 10,000. So, and then I think the next one, I don't know if they have a top 5,000, but right now, so this season just so I'm gonna try to get top 1,000. I think, and I'll be happy with that badge. If I get top 1,000, I'll be happy with that badge. And then, so like when you get like in X rank, you'll get people that'll like give up or like there's this one guy or one player, I don't know who it is, but it's their name is Broken Game, and I have them blocked almost since day one. But we're both in X rank, and I always get paired up with this person, but this person does not try in X rank. And every time like he's on the other team, he loses, and when on my team, he loses. I was like, I don't want to be with this person. So I'll play in X rank. They make you block a lot, even though I know it don't work. I just hope like maybe they'll try their best not to pair me with them. So I do block a lot of people. I think I'm like, because Kat kind of said the same thing. Like I remember we were playing a Splatfest, and I was playing with Kat, and like we were kind of like I think blocking the same people. I'm pretty sure of it. Like I don't have a good tolerance for like when I'm trying to like do well and like get high rankings in the game. I'm not like if I notice a player like, and I know what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? I can tell like if you're playing the objective or not. You're going on the block list, homie. Like I'm gonna take them little 5 seconds, come out the game, and block you. You're getting blocked. So yeah, I mean, I can block about. If I'm playing for like a few hours, I might block 6-7 people, and then that times a couple of days. I'm like, hold up, bruh. You gotta play with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nobody to play with. But I'm gonna tell you, like I know your rule is don't ask me to unblock you. I ain't gonna unblock you because I'm gonna have to go through a long list. You know, I'm not gonna go be looking through your name. Like, you know, the list too long for me to like just be like, hey, which one is you? Like, nah, man, it's like, I'm not gonna go. I think you make a point. I'm not blocking. I don't block random people. I don't block people that are not good at the game. That's different. You know what I'm saying? I could take somebody not because that was me.
Right.
But if I'm blocking you, it's 100% like solid and for a reason. And yeah, don't like I hope today I block somebody offline and then they pull up to a stream I'm doing. Hey man, you got me blocked. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to get with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that game you played with me. Yeah, I'm about to tell you about yourself. So yeah, I welcome today. Because I block somebody for real. Ain't no fake blocks on my Switch.
I mean, there are no fake ones on mine, but my list is not extensive. I think maybe I got max 20, 25 people blocked on my list.
I'll do that in a weekend. You know what I'm saying? I got 20 blocks on a weekend. That's an easy splash test, especially I'm trying to win.
No, I'm not that. Because I have been on that. Like, I've been the new player, and it sucks to not have people to play with. Especially, I mean, coming from one when I didn't have anybody to play with, and in the beginning.
It's a different game playing by yourself. It's a different game.
Yeah.
Like playing with friends, like I'll get on and play by myself, like to rank up, but it's a different game. Like versus like when we kind of randomly got on the other night, right? Because I got on and I saw Rush was on. Let me ping Rush. Ping Rush, and then I put an invite out. And then Kat came shortly after, and then I think we played 2 matches, and then I guess you saw the ping.
I was like, we playing? Hello?
Yeah, come on, we get in. So,
I was like, we playing today?
I like that about gaming in general. That's like kind of why I do it, like just feel like that random night, and then we just kind of run with it. That's my favorite part of gaming in general, and Splatoon breeds that. I think that's why I like Mario Kart so much, because that kind of breeds it. Even though I like Splatoon more, it's easier to like just to breed like random groups of play sessions. I like that. That's my favorite thing. I love it.
Okay. So here's a question for you with Splatoon 4. If they added like 5v5 or 6v6, would you want that or not?
No. I think 4v4 is what makes Splatoon. I think if it was 3v3 or 5v5, it's a whole different game.
I don't like 3v3.
I think 4v4 is like perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you could tell like the difference when it's 4v3, right? Or where it's 2v3. That you can like literally tell the difference. And remember, like I said, I'm coming from Battlefield, so when you have like 25 versus 25, like 10 people die, you really can't feel it in the game. When 4v4, you can feel when a person go down, right? Or even if you're playing with like 4 different people, you can feel the difference in the game. Like our team got 5 people, so you could feel even like changing like if there's 4 of us and then like one person just rotates each match, each of those sets of teams that you get out of that one, each person rotating is gonna feel like a completely different team. You see what I'm saying? And I think 4v4, it's got to be. It might be a turnoff for me if 4 does something like 5v5 or 3v3. Like keep it like 4v4. It's got to be
right.
For me.
I think for me with 4 that I don't think they did so much in 3, and they did it in 2. And I would like them to bring it back in 4 was outside sponsored Nintendo tournament, and they don't have to be. They don't have to be like the hardcore like like clams or it could be turf match. They have done turf matches before, but I don't think I remember them even doing 1 with 3 at all. I feel like they died.
Ahead.
I feel like the tournament scene, like the Nintendo-sponsored tournament scene, died in Splatoon.
They could have did better. Yeah, they should have did. I think Nintendo in general, because if you're gonna have it like in the trailers for like not just Splatoon, but you got it in the trailers for your Switch as the console. So where are the because when Mario Kart first came out, they had in-game tournaments. Like Nintendo itself, like you know in Mario Kart 8, where like you could set up a tournament, right? Nintendo would have tournaments set up in the game. Like, you think you would do that with Splatoon as a series. Like, I get the Splatfest, but what about the tournament when then the rewards was like coins or something, right? Like, you at least do that once a month. Yeah. Like, we barely get them to do it a quarter. Now I feel like they do it once a year.
Right. They used to even give you, like, in-out game currency, like, a free game if you won a big tournament. Yeah. But I feel like now, I'm not going to say our team was the best that we were winning them, but being able to just even participate. They were fun to just participate. Yeah, like just
even
one
like
weekend.
Signing up for them were like kind of fun. Like, it was like the sign-up process because you had to go through like the steps of signing up.
I remember having to sign up our team. I'm like, hey, guys, are you going to be down? You going to be down? You going to be down? You all got to be down? And they even allowed you an alternate. I don't think you're even allowed an alternate now because the camera person is in there as the alternates. You know,
that's something weird,
Yeah, I think
but that's for like official, I think. Nintendo tournament.
But that's what I'm talking about, official tournaments.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, I don't know. I feel like that was because that one was even announced in the news. Like in the news button that was on the bottom of your Switch, it wouldn't be that I had to find it on X or anything else. I would go into the news and it'd be like, hey, official tournament, blah, blah, blah. Sign up on such and such site. But it be an official one, and that's how we found some of our tournament places that we used to play in. And I feel like that's been dead with us because Nintendo themselves
they're not there.
Yeah.
One of we did really good. I think we beat like 3 or 4 teams. And I think if we would have beat like a team or 2 more, we would have went to the next day, right?
Right.
And then, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I think what happened. So. I think Nintendo relied on the challenges that are in the game to kind of be like the tournament feel. You know how we get challenges? Because that's the closest thing I can think of to like the tournament. Like, but the challenges, sometimes they're too quirky for me anyway.
Yeah, everything that has a Trizuka.
Too quirky. Yeah. I was like, all right, it's a little too quirky for me. Or like the super jump one. I think they only did that like twice, and that's the one that people really like. Like the jumping really high one.
I like the big tower.
I like that tower control.
Yeah, that big tower.
They probably had that one. You know what I'm saying? Like they have like a lot of the normal ones like that people don't even play, but you hardly see the ones that people like are fans of. But I think challenges is what killed that because I think they relied on it. In my opinion, Splatfest. Like, well, they got Splatfest, and we don't need to be hosting because a lot of that stuff would come. Remember when Splatoon or when the Switch came out, they made that Versus channel on Twitter and all that. And they had the Mario Kart, Smash Bros, and Splatoon, like all those kind of games, right? Because even like Smash Bros, I was kind of like that died off. Like I think they just had one not too long ago, but they're only having them like once a quarter at most.
Dang.
So yeah, it's kind of disappointing.
It's hardly unfortunate, I will say, because I mean. It's not for everybody. Not everybody's going to join these tournaments. But I remember when we were doing it in 2, like, we would have these... Sometimes it'd be, like, people even in those Discord, like, hey, I want to play. If you need one other player, I'm down. Like, I feel like it brought a little bit of a sense of community too, because I feel like us being a team, we were like, all right, let's get together, let's rock this out. And then seeing people on the Discord, hey, if you guys are missing a member, I don't have a team, I can join up. And then, you know, that breeds like people playing together like
and
we
that's
do
supposed
now.
to be half the game, right? Like a shooter game like that is like, you want to breed that kind of environment. Because I think even like, one thing we don't do now too that we did in 2 was like the scrimmages, just scrimmaging other teams, like just like practicing against other formed teams. Like we played, I mean, even though we're kind of getting whooped, we played that one team for like an hour and a half. Like, but I think it made us better in general, because it's like, okay, damn, we definitely need to work on this, boys. You know, this, that, and the third. Like, it gives you an idea, but it was way easy to set up a scrimmage with another team if you wanted to in 2, right? So, like the little nuances, like them relying on the in-game stuff. I don't want to say they're being lazy, but like if you're gonna have games like Mario Kart, Smash, Splatoon, you need to be active on like the tournament side, especially to me if it's in the damn trailer. Like that, they got a whole arena full of people, like it's a football stadium
watching
and then,
it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like what you got going on, Nintendo? It's like play to your advertisement. So, and I like that. Like even like when we would, because Nintendo, remember they would have us go to that website that was for it. Like you could submit your team picture, you can see the other team pictures, and then like when you play a team, you end up seeing them in game later, like down the road, like when before you didn't even know they existed. So yeah, I think hopefully in 4, like they need to make it something in 4 that's in game like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like a bracket system for tournaments.
Yes,
I feel like that would be perfect. They got it in
Smash now, yeah.
Oh, do
like
they have it in Smash?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely in Smash. I think you're right. If we can like join as merging waves, and then even if it's like a small bracket, like we could just be doing that, like just like bracket. And let the game can figure it out. Like the games are good enough to figure the brackets out nowadays.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't play Smash, so I didn't know there was a bracket system. But if I feel like if they can figure it out on another game, like like right now we have pools, and I don't think pools work as well as intended. Whereas like
no.
I feel like if they had like in Mario Kart, you know how when you see like you don't have to be my friend in Mario Kart. I put the room code up, and if you want, it's up to me whether I want to put that room code up visible for everybody or just hand it to specific people. Then I don't need to friend you up, because I feel like every time people ask me to join, they can't get in with that pool.
Yeah,
They're
but
like,
that pool is like, I can't do it, or I don't see it, or
it's not working.
Stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like if you gave us a code, right? Give us a code, or the room pool be the code to get it, but it actually worked. It's not working, and I think they got it figured out in Mario Kart. Well, I don't know about this new one because I haven't tested the new one out, but they had it figured out in 8. If they could figure it out in like, and I know this is probably a streamer problem, but you know, people stream the game and this is your audience. Like a lot of people like playing with other people. So if this is one of those things and you figured it out in Mario Kart, you could figure it out for Splatoon. You already have the know-how to do it. You just have to implement the system in Splatoon. And I think those are one of the things I want in 4. Like I said, I know that's a streamer-specific problem to have, but it would be nice to have that either, because the pool is not working. The pool is just not working.
No, it's just not.
It's not,
because it's kind of more annoying.
Yeah, because I'm like, try the pool, and then like, oh, I can't get in. Okay, I'll just send me a friend request, and I'll accept your friend request. But then you gotta back out. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this. In 2, if you put that home menu for a couple of seconds and accepted the friend request, it would still do the countdown. It wouldn't kick you out. Yeah. So sometimes if you watched my earlier streams in Splatoon, you would see me accept the friend request, come back, and I'm still in the waiting lobby. Whereas in Splatoon 3, as soon as you hit that home button, boop, you're knocked right out of the menu. There's no going back in. You have to restart the whole lobby up again if you had a lobby up. So that is also one of those things that I again, I know that is specifically a streamer problem, but not always, because think about it, if you are playing against some random that you just like the way they're playing, and you could send them an in-game friend request and they can in-game accept your friend request, and now you guys are playing, even though you don't know each other, you guys can now play together. And that's how I feel like an easy way to fix that is add in-game accept friend requests, accept, and in-game friend request blocks. So like, I don't want to play with you in game, and I want to play with you. Yeah, I feel like if they there has to be a way. Other games have done it.
Yeah, there's a way. There's a way. I don't. They probably don't want to make it like a more inconvenience for a person. Like for me, it'd be super easy just to be blah 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 blah, right?
Right.
So they're probably like adding that to make some type of resistance to blocking. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I mean, then do what they do now with the blocking. You got a cool off period. Still give you that same cool off period, but being able to add people. I remember
you can do that.
In Pokemon, and I'm gonna go back to the 3DS with the Pokemon.
You can block people in Pokemon?
You could block people in Pokemon, and you could also accept people's friend requests in Pokemon. You could always see when people were like, there would be like a little on the bottom on the X and Y, it would be like a little grid. You'd see looking for players, looking for this. Like, if you could even add that, like, hey, wanting to play with the team, wanting to play private battles, wanting to play for fun, wanting to play for competitive, like, give that like a, and then that's how you could make. I feel like they've made it's. I get that they don't want people talking to each other. I get that. That's why they have that on the phone. They don't want you talking to... And I get it. For safety reasons, I get it. I'm a parent. I get it. But being able to play with people... Like, there's this guy that I've been playing with from Splatoon 2. Remember the guy? You were like, who's that? I was like, I don't know. I met him in Splatoon 2. And sometimes we rock... I still don't know who that is. But I know who it is because sometimes we rock out, and I know he's a heavy hitter. He was a heavy hitter in 2, and he's a heavy hitter here. So I know he knows how to play. And even though we're not friends, even though I can't speak to him, we're still rocking out. But I had to meet him from another stream. It's not like there was an in-game way to like accept the friend request without backing out, because if you back out that lobby and that person doesn't see that request, doesn't remember who you are, now you're no longer playing together, and you're like, oh, I don't know where this request came from. So I feel like just the way you can say, oh, that person thinks I'm fresh, oh, that person would like to friend you, would you like to friend them?
Something, there's got to be a little more stuff into it, because I get a lot of that fresh stuff and you kind of just don't even know where it came from.
Exactly. Or like, oh, they invited you. Who invited me? From where? I don't know. Like, and that too. Like, please tell me who invited me.
Yeah, that's got to be better. I kind of got a little way of figuring out now, but it's like, now let me say this. I do hopefully in 4. So like right now, it's not too bad right now. So let's say right now, for example, you're streaming, right, and then you have 8 people, right? I think they need, there's too many people playing this game. So like, let's say you got 14, 15 people watching, only 8 can play. They need to have it like in Mario Kart, where there's like a queue. So if I'm the 9th person, I can still join, like technically be in that little 8 group. But then as soon as like somebody DC or something, it just slides me right in. I don't have to wait and be looking, okay, somebody DC'd or wait for a rotation. Like, but then during that time also, like Mario Kart, like if like, let's say nobody ever leaves and then another 8 join, then you got a lobby with 8 people, the main lobby with 8 people, then the queue with 8 people, so they can still be playing the game, and then it'll trade out each player, like, because it'll start to match the games up. And then, so let's for example, so me, you, Young Money, and Cat are like in one lobby, and then the other lobby's going on with like a Kenji, like Ray and stuff, right? Then both matches pretty much begin and end at the same time. So when it re-queues, it is really shuffling 16 people instead of 8 people.
Well, that would be nice.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Then boom, it sets it off, and then like, so that way you don't have to like reset the lobby every hour or 30 minutes. Yeah, because I do reset. Mario Kart does. I think that should do in the next one. Like, that was probably like one of the bigger, because I just want as much people playing together as possible. Like with a multiplayer, that's my vision and goal. So that would be the big thing I would want for this / like having some type of more of a Discord ability. But those are like for 4. that would do it for me. And then figuring out something would do something else with the DC.
Right. Yeah. That DC boost crap needs to go. Like
You figure
resetting
something
a
else
whole.
out. Put a bot.
Especially,
in
yeah. Especially in Splatfest when you're doing 100-time battles or I don't want the 333 times battles, but sometimes you get them and then you are immediately greeted with a DC. I'm like, I don't want them, but I know some people.
And it eats your shells. It eats your shell.
Oh, does it?
It counts as it counts as an L or a draw. But if you take
those little shells that you won,
shells, yeah.
God
So
dang.
you kind of have to start over, like as far as as a team. But yeah, it's like, ooh, yeah, that's pain. Like finally getting one, and
yeah, I'm always a fan if somebody DCs in the middle. Just put a bot, like kind of how they were playing,
it's
or
something. It's something.
Like,
it's not nothing.
Every player has a rank. Now, I know I don't play in rank, but every player has a rank. So if they're an E rank player, then put an E rank bot. If they're an A rank player, put an A rank bot. There are ways to do it. Like other games have figured this out.
Yeah, every game.
Plants vs. Zombies
Mario
has
Kart
figured
puts
this
a
out.
bot. Mario Kart puts a bot in.
I mean, you can tell when the bot is in there.
Yeah. That's what I'm like. That young money in the bag. Oh, it's a bot.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bot, all right. Ain't no bot. But yeah, and that's one of my, like, Mario Kart 8 did it right. So, and then when Splatoon 2 and 3 come out after, why not incorporate that? So hopefully in 4 they finally do, because in 4 there's just no, in my opinion, like, all right, you got away with it. You can say 2 was too soon, and then 3, whatever. But now 4, like, come on, let's get that little, because that's the last little piece that's missing to me. Like, we got a lot of great changes in 3. I like the lobby. I like how you can punch the bags where you're waiting, like, do tricks and, like, kind of see other people in the lobby and, like, oh, dang, you're doing that with that weapon? Okay, cool. That, like, that kind of a thing. So just bring it more seamless in that. And then I think that's pretty much in 4. So they're going to have to do a lot for me to not like 4. So just don't regress.
Right. I mean, and I don't know. I can't speak to the story mode. Is there anything in story mode that you would like in 4?
No, yeah, let me just say, let me just quick, the story mode in general. I mean, story mode, all it is how to play the game. Because let's just face it, the game is like the online part, right? It's the
at least
the
for
battle.
me.
Like you could play, like, the story mode is like 5 hours, like, and then what? But I think the story mode is only there so you can kind of see how to play the online stuff, like, cause like that's what a lot of, like, shooter games first, like all the Battlefields and all the Call of Duty, when they did have story mode, they were like kind of just tutorials, and then, all right, we finna dump you, now go play with the big boys, you know what I'm saying? Now you know how to, like, do a squid roll or something like this. So
right
now, with that said, there is stuff in the story mode, like, that isn't in the multiplayer part, and that some of that stuff is like the piping and some of, like, how the units move. But outside of that, to me, in my opinion, the story mode has always been like just a broader tutorial than the initial tutorial that you're given to how to play the multiplayer. And then if you want to get caught up in the story and the lore, then there's that too. Oh, the lore and the story. So there's that too. But for me, in my personal, like, I'm doing the story mode strictly off the music, because the music is just hype. So if you like down with OSTs and stuff, the music, it has a standalone soundtrack and story. There's you're not gonna hear that unless you get on the jukebox. But I don't even think all the story mode music, is in the jukebox. But story mode has its own music, its own unlocks. You can unlock like certain little things, and then, like you said, you get gear, like you get the whole hero gear. It's just the same guns, just reskin. Like the same stuff, just reskin. So, but other than that, story mode's not too wild, not too crazy. And so as long as 4 just pretty much just keeps it how it is,
I think for me with the story mode is I don't like being locked into a weapon. I know, like, they expect you to use sniper, they want to teach you how to use the weapons. I get it. But I'm just not good at those weapons. I'm never going to be good with a sniper. I'm never going to be good with a charger. And soft locking, hard locking me. It's not even a soft lock. Hard locking me into
in 3, I think you get a more, like, you don't have to, you get to pick.
You only get 2 weapons, though, to pick from.
Yeah,
you don't
I think it costs you, like, some type of points. Like, there's, like, some type of penalty for picking, like, let's say like it was made for charges, but you want to play with the junior. If you play with the junior, they're gonna like deduct more. Well, you ain't supposed to play with the junior since you want to play with the junior. We're gonna take 800 eggs instead of 400 eggs. You know what I'm saying?
But but put all the weapons in there for me to pick.
Oh,
like,
you want all the weapons? Like you want to the whole game with a flingzer?
Well, maybe. I bet you I could.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that flingzer work for me. You've seen me do some amazing things with that flingzer.
Like, you gotta hit that shot 800 yards. Your flingzer ain't gonna reach. I'm gonna make it reach.
I'm gonna make it reach. I'm gonna throw something at it.
Yeah.
I feel like just having a more, I think, because I did like that there were different options with the story mode in 3. Mind you guys, I haven't finished 3 yet, but not having enough options, I think. Having maybe each kind of weapon, because not everybody is gonna know how to play a charging weapon and a sniping kind of weapon.
And some weapons, I just hate playing blasters or air sniper. I mean, I play, but I understand I can't play with them, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right, just
it makes it like I'm forcing myself through that stage in a sense.
Exactly.
And I definitely don't want to feel like that during the story mode. Like I'm going on the multiplayer.
That's exactly why I never sit there in story mode, because you're forcing me to play with weapons that, one, I don't like, one, I can't use, as like I'm not skilled in that way to use it, so I'm not using it. And I think that's where the problem comes for me with story mode, which is why I always wait till the next game is coming out to play the story mode.
Hey, you know what I just thought of? In story mode, there's bots in story mode that could easily be for the DC.
Yeah.
Because you have to like in story. I don't know if you've gotten this far, but there's like
I remember in
stages in the story mode, right?
Yeah, they were
pretty much just play, but it's just story mode, but they're fake. It's just that. I was like, then they could just bring those same coding pieces. All right, somebody DC just slide that piece of code in there.
Yeah,
and
you could even change the face of the bot so you know it's a bot playing. Yep, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see myself going to story. I swear, like, still.
You don't like the music or nothing?
No, I like the music. That's not the music is not the problem. It's just the.
What about this? So, like, all right. So one of the reasons why I beat story mode is like to get the guns. You don't feel like funny or like anything. Not having the the unlocks in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like unlocking everything. Like 100% in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like 100%. Like I want to get not that I like story mode, but not that I necessarily like story mode. But I feel like I have to unlock. I feel it's mandatory for me to unlock that stuff. Yeah. Even like in the DLC. Like even though I got good at the DLC and I really enjoyed the DLC, I was like it was more important for me to unlock that stuff.
Yeah, no, I don't have that same sense of like. Yeah.
It's like I gotta unlock it, especially like in a game that I like.
No, because well, think about it, because I've gone the whole game without playing the weapons, so I don't even get to play the weapons that I unlock. Because by the time I'm finished, the next game is out, and I'm now never played with the other weapons, so I don't know what it is to play with a weapon like a hero weapon from the last game, because I haven't played with it the whole thing.
The order, I like the order weapons, right? We were playing with, I think 2 streams ago. There was somebody on your stream playing. I think it was more of a newer person, but they were playing all the. They were like order tri-string or order splatter shot, order like this that, but order is like the line, like all the white weapons, right? All the weapons, all the white ones. But so that I know they went through and beat like the whole DLC. Because they're like, you could tell they were like just super hyped about like all the order stuff.
Do they have an order flingza? Maybe if they have.
Well, they got a splat roll. Oh, that
might entice me a bit, but I feel like they leave the flingza like I feel like they think every splat roller is the same, and I'm like, nah, not every splat roller is a flingza. A flingza is a flingza. It's my favorite weapon.
Yeah, just the speed of each one.
Yeah, because I get that the carbon has the speed, right? If I wanted speed, I'd play a carbon. I want the ink-heavy, kind of mid-range weapon. I want to be able to hit you from kind of far. If I can, and I know it's not as fast as a carbon, so like I gotta be strategic about it. So it's not like something that and I'm not just hitting you with a dino with just a wall of paint, but going super slow. So I feel like the flings are nice in the middle.
Like it's intimidating enough too. It's like it's enough to keep other players back in a sense, because you don't want to just like kind of run up on the flings either.
right? The only thing that like out kind of really classes it are the really long range weapons. The short range weapons aren't gonna come in for you.
Yeah.
They don't want to get hit with that flingza.
Yeah, they're gonna have to like flank or something. Try to get behind you.
Yeah. Let me think. I don't know that there's anything else in 4 that I'm like. Oh yeah, and give us back freaking special stages in the private battles. Fuck that. Give us back special stages in the private battles. And even if you add the stages from the old, I would even take that. I shouldn't just say I would just even take that. Give us new stages, but I would even be okay with taking back shifty stations from Splatoon 2 in our private battles. But give us back the you had it. It's not, and you know it was popular because people would play it. So I think give us back the option to play like the Splatoon specialty stage, because I think that was the main draw, the stages. And I guess that's probably why they don't do it with Splatoon 3. But I feel like competitively, if we wanted to create our own like tri-battle thing, like if when Splatoon finishes their second rotation of every of these Splatfest stages, and if they ever stop, then we're not gonna have. We haven't been. I will say that they did a good job in 2 with not giving us Splatfest stages. Every month there's a Splatfest. I don't think there's a month that's gone by that we haven't had a Splatfest.
Yeah, remember it was like either Splatfest or the Grizz thing. So it was like the rotation was proper for 2 years.
There's always an event happening at least once a month. So I think
for somebody to get into.
Yeah, I think that was always like, for me, that's the like, yes, the piece. It's to the point where I'm like, damn, can I play a regular game? I don't want to do any of these specialty matches. But obviously, if it's a specialty, I'm gonna do it. But there are times now that like they have the gold ones in Grizzles that are not just they have 2 Grizzle events where they only have 1 event for turf, and I feel like they should add some kind of event. And this is where they can get to the competitive scene. Some kind of event in the competitive area. So, like, if you're a competitive player, like, you don't have to go to Grizzles when they're having their things. So, make it like that. Turf is still active. But if you're a competitive player, you also have a tournament, like an in-game tournament that's happening for, like, if you like the ranked scene, if you like the tower control, and I think that would add, like, it was nice when they did it to Grizzles. It's nice that they did it to, with the Splatfest and Turf. Now give the competitive players their own kind of like once or every 3 months kind of system, so that they have something that they can work towards
something
something that feels special in there. Even if it is like the bracket tournament that you were talking about, an in-game bracket tournament that they do every 3 months.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I think that would be nice. Something for like, because not everybody's a competitive player, but like, so like when the Grizzle event is happening, you don't have to go in there. Turf is still happening. What I don't like is that, and I'm not gonna say I don't like it because I'm a turf player, but I know for people who don't like turf, when Splatfests are happening, that's it. You can't play. You can play Grizzles if you want, but that's the only you can't do competitive scene that week. So I feel like still leave the other ones open for the other players who don't want to do the Splatfest. They could have always left the competitive open, and they already leave Grizzles open. Leave those 2 open. But I don't know why they're pigeonholing. Like, there's gonna be enough players in turf, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because even people just trying to get to like what is it, king or queen status, like the highest status.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you do it like that. I will say this. I think one of the things, I don't want to say it made them lazy, but they did this with all their games, right? I think when they do this, we're going to support the game for 2 years. So they did it with Animal Crossing. They did it with Splatoon. They did it with, like pretty much all their games. Like, it gets major support for 2 years. So I think it makes them, like, so let's say Splatoon 2 didn't have this. Splatoon, we just kind of roll out the content when it come out. But it made the stuff in the middle more meaty. So I remember like when like the Sheldon's pick came out, that was like such a great thing. The Kenza set was such a great thing. Sheldon's pick was such a great thing. The DLC in 2 was such a great thing. But that before they was doing all this, we're gonna support the game for 2 years. Now that they're supporting the game for 2 years, I don't know if it's because they have to work so hard on it and getting that content out. It kind of But even the Splatfest were like kind of less meaty, and I think like because one of my favorite Splatfest was in 2 was like the Ninja Turtle jaunt, right? Mm-hmm. Like Michelangelo over. I was like, damn, they got Ninja Turtles. Like, so I think like they didn't really get a good chance to get some super meaty ideals in 3 just because they were just like doing general support over a 2-year period.
Yeah, that general support needed to be stages. I'm gonna tell you that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it probably could have been stages if they just didn't have to generally support it. Like, just like have the game come out. Like, go back to the old ways. I don't know if I like this all with all like even with Animal Crossing. Like, okay, fine, you get 2-year support, then what? Or like it's like that 2-year support to me is so bland. Mm-hmm. It's like nothing wild or crazy. And they did it was like Smash is probably the hypest one because you get all like everybody get hyped about the character that's coming. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody don't even play it like that. So like that 2-year support, I don't know if it ends up being a good thing. Like I mean, you would hope you get support anyway. Mm-hmm. You know, like it has since you know games are gonna have DLC and all that nowadays. It's like that gotta happen anyway. But I just think it takes away from like your big meaty stuff to get hyped about because. I mean, I think I played every Splatfest, but I don't think I was hyped about any of them. But they're fun to play. I'm not saying they're not fun. It's like, but that Ninja Turtle ones, like they had in 2.
Yeah,
there's a couple other in 2.
I think 2 was just in general for me because of the stages.
Yeah.
Just because of the stages, you would always have a different stage, and you're like, all right, what's going on? And they would rotate it every beat. There would be 2 stages and a shifty station. So
so there was 3 stages.
There was 3 stages you were playing. It's
not like that in 3.
It's not at all. You have 2 stages. That's it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's for me. They need to bring shifty stations back. Yeah. They need to because that was nice. Adding a third in that 2-hour block rotation. Mm-hmm. And for us, like I mean, I doubt that they want to do this, but even if you rotate it every hour. The stages because that would be nice. How did you say
that? Yeah, I think they need some type of better picking stage system in 4 too. Like sometimes you just get bad rotation because you know how like now like on the month, like, every month they have certain stages that are going to be picked for like that month. So some stages won't even get picked the whole month. They just need to, hey man, everybody 8 people, everybody pick like Mario Kart, man. Whatever stage you fall on, they fall on. Like I don't like sometimes there'll be a 2-hour block. Like you'll get a whole bad rotation. It'll be Clan Blitz on one mode. It'll be Moray Towers. I don't want to do this. Like you don't even get up. Like I don't want to play Clan Blitz. I don't want to play Tower Control because it's Moray Towers. I don't want to play like Rainmaker because it's this stage or you know what I'm saying. So you get a whole 2-hour block. I can't even play the game. Sometimes I'll be wanting to play the game, and like I only have like a little bit of time to play it. And then I look at the rotation. I ain't even finna play. I ain't even finna get on the game. The rotation whack. Like so, they gotta have something. Like like you with the like nah. I can't not play the game because it's a rotation. Like you only got 2 stages. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a 2-hour hold, and the modes might be like sometimes like because it doesn't perfectly go like during like the day, right? It don't perfectly go Tower Control, Rainmaker, Clan Blitz, Splat Zones, right? And then back to Tower. It don't do that. Sometimes it'll do Splat Zones, Tower Control, Splat Zones, Clan Blitz, Tower Control. Like it'll kind of like that. So you might some days you might get 4 Tower Controls, and then some days you might. You see what I'm saying? So right. Some days might be loaded in Clan Blitz. So sometimes like I'll get on like in the morning. All right, Clan Blitz. I'll come back later. When I come back later, it's still this way. It's the second Clan Blitz. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they got in 4. I want to see way more diversity. Like when I want to get on the game, I can't not get on the game because y'all got a bad rotation going. So yeah.
Well, yeah, like if they don't do it like Mario Kart, that does work because even when you're playing against randos, you can pick the stages. Yeah. That would be nice.
Big deal? Yeah. It's like,
and Splatoon is not like one of those games where if you don't have the DLC, you can't play the stage. You can't pick the stage. They give you the stages with the
anyway.
So like everybody's gonna get it. So give us that would be nice. Actually, yes, I want that.
Yeah, that 2-hour because even like it kind of affects your streams. Like you started at 6 just so we get a whole new set of stages at the mid-stream, right?
Yeah, because so everybody likes
2 stages and then it refreshes with 2 new stages. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I used to always only stream at 8 p.m. EST. Now I'm streaming.
So that would be 2 hours of 2 stages.
4 stages. So completely 4 different stages.
Yeah, now, right?
Yeah, now I had to spring forward. I had to spring forward in my stream so I could get four stages. So every like so when we fall back, I'll be able to go back to 8 o'clock.
Yeah, you go back to your regular stream, John.
Because they're going, because in Japan they don't do the time change that we do here. So, but yeah, being able to pick it would be nice because then. Then even if I don't like the stage that picked, that's the majority rules. Like it's how it does, or like the same exact way they did in Mario Kart, just random. All right, let's see. Boom, that person wins. You know.
Sometimes I like to play before I go to work. Right, I'll like get like 2-3 matches in just before I go to work because that might be the only time I get to play the whole day.
Right.
So. But like for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, every time I wake up, it'll always be Clan Blitz. So I really don't even want to play. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, they gotta. I can't not play. I can't pay $60 to not $80 for the game and not play it. Same thing. What I'll say. This is gonna be the last thing I say with the DC. You can't DC me. Give me a 10-minute penalty on a game I didn't pay. I own the game, homie. You can't tell me I can't play the game. You got to come up with a different punishment. So a new punishment system in 4 for DCs that ain't even my fault.
Right, DCs that are the games for.
I got the little LAN adapter you told me to get. I went and got the high-speed internet you told me to go get. You got me paying for it, even though I don't pay AT&T, so you're already getting me double there. So I'm doing everything you done told me to do. I still DC. You think it's me, and you hit me with 10 minutes. Oh, yeah, 10 minutes. Go hit story mode for 10 minutes. No, I don't want to play story mode. You see what I'm saying? I got on for the multiplayer. I done paid my $60, homie. Like, come out, like, subtract some points. Don't sideline me for 10 minutes. Because I put the game up for 10 minutes. I'm going to go do something else. You see what I'm saying?
Right, it used to be a 2-minute penalty, too.
It builds up because it can really be more than 10 minutes.
No, now it's just 10 minutes. It starts at 10 minutes.
Now you get 10 minutes no matter
what. Because
you would get a warning sometimes that you wouldn't even like hit you with any time.
Yeah, and now I never DC. I rarely ever. If anything, it's only when the Splatfest is coming around that I'll DC once. But now it's not a warning. It's not it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
it can't be 10 minutes.
It can't be 10 minutes off the jump.
It can't be any time. Yeah. To me, it can't be any time because the money is spent. Like I can see if it was a free game. It's my $60. The money I done spent the money, homie. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no 10 minutes. Ain't no 10-minute wait with me.
But this is
the time can't be a punishment. Is what I'm saying. There's got to be a punishment because some people just gonna start random. I get it, like DC and DC, but make that hurt your rank and stuff like that. Oh, you DC, like we're gonna tear you up in the rank. You see what I'm saying?
Well, some people don't. Some people don't rank up, so that wouldn't work. I feel like keep them with low grade players. Then, like if you're gonna DC, put them all.
Y'all DC, put all them DC people together. Man.
Yeah, do that.
DC
do
10
that.
times in a such and such period. Oh, we got some players just like you. Hit that lobby over there, homie.
Exactly. Put them all together. Exactly. Put them all together.
If you can't fill up the lobby, stop DC, and then if y'all can't even fill up the lobby, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we're waiting on one more person to DC. Like, that's y'all's problem. But my whole thing is it can't be a time thing because time is all we got. Anyway, I'm not going to go spiritual, but time is like one of the worst ways to hurt people anyway. Don't hit me with a 10-minute time period on a game I didn't pay for. That's all I'm saying. I can see if it was free. I didn't pay for it. That's like getting a 10-minute penalty on a single player game. You see what I'm saying? You just like if something happened in Zelda Breath of the Wild, hey, you can't play it for 10 minutes. Go do something else for 10 minutes. Because you gotta have the game on too. On top of that, because if you turn the game off, it don't count the 10-minute period.
And no, you gotta start the 10-minute period again.
So I hope I'm getting my point across here. That's always bothered me because I played other games that punish you like an hour, like forget 10 minutes, like you can't get on for an hour. So I never believed in because UDC time being used as a penalty on a game you pay. It's your game. Like it would be to me in my eyes, it's the same thing as doing it in a single player game. Oh, you didn't save the game right. You can't play the game for 10 minutes. Yeah, up in that bitch. Like, you doing some funny stuff in Animal Crossing. We'll see you in 20 minutes, man. We need to investigate you. So yeah.
I'm gonna say the only caveat to what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I completely agree. I just think this is also the same company that's telling us that you don't own your console.
Well, yeah, that's
so
it all
like,
starts from like a little nugget.
Exactly.
They get you for 2 minutes, and then now you saying it's a mandatory 10 minutes. And then as a matter of fact, you don't even own it. So what you complaining about?
It's like you bought it, but you don't even own that sucker. What do you tell? Yeah, so
now they're gonna be telling us you can only play it for an hour. You play it for an hour, and then check back in. We'll think about letting you play it tomorrow.
Imagine it starts doing the way of cell phones. Like you gotta. Yep. Oh my! Nah, I would be done gaming then. I'd be like, I don't even want to get the Switch because of the like you don't own it bullcrap. Yeah. Nah, fuck F. I'm sorry, F no.
Lease
nah.
lease for the option to buy.
Right? Like, nah, I don't. I'm gonna trade up. I want a better one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, that's it for me with Splatoon 4. Oh, my goodness. I just realized how long we've been talking.
Yeah, we've been going,
for 2 hours.
Ooh, dang, 2 hours. My truck in the red.
So, you know what we didn't do was the intro. I know you don't like the intros, but you could at least give
I'm kind of glad we didn't do an intro.
You can do an outro now. You can give us your outro.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I ain't got to do an intro this time.
You were just on recently. They know you. They know you. At least everybody in Splatoon knows you.
Yeah. They know me. All right, let me see. So proper outro. All right, Lazy James, Marz signing out. Splatoon is great. I hope more people get into it. Check me out. I'm at Gamers Discord always. 9 times out of 10, I'm at Gamers Stream. So yeah, I'm around. Lazy James, Marz signing out.
And we want to thank you guys. If you guys have made it this far, you guys are real.
Far,
you guys are the real ones. You guys are the real.
Somebody made it this far.
Man. If you are a member and you made it this far, put a squid emoji. Even if you're not a member, there's a free squid emoji somewhere. Put that sucker in there. Put it in there. Put the squid and the octopus together. Put them side by side. Yeah. So we know you made it this far. And thanks for watching. Happy gaming, guys. Bye.